What's good, y'all? Back again today. Shit. What's good, y'all? Back again today with a very special video. So today I'm gonna just make a very quick video. And usually I wouldn't make a video like this, but like I said, sometimes I make videos about particular people, and it's not a personal thing so much as it is something that I might see happening in society at large. I'm talking to a person, but I'm talking to what they did, but what they did is indicative of a larger problem in society that I feel like we should tackle, right? This video is titled Dear Loni Love. I'm not gonna go in how I kind of want to, because I just want to make these points that we can't slither away from. Loni Love is a comedian and host on the show The Real. This is a show with different women, a panel of women from different ethnicities, different races, that are basically giving their perspective, their personal perspective on, hot topics, celebrity gossip, their own personal lives, current events, maybe politics. They have different guests on, Mind you, I don't really watch the show, but sometimes the show is on TV when I go to work. And I'll stop and I'll look by, and I notice they're like always crying and stuff. Like, that's the only thing that I noticed from this show is like, they're always crying. But mind you, I'm not a woman, so I'm not here to downplay women's emotions. If this is a platform where women go to vent and cry and address their internal issues, that's, I believe, a good thing if it's constructive. But that's where the issue becomes a little cloudy right here with Loni Love. This is a show of all women from multi ethnicities, and we have to juxtapose this real quick, jump to the side real quick, and just realize that when you look around, men do not have a show where we have all men, only men allowed, and we get to just say whatever we want. We get to just even cry if we have to. We get to just really speak the truth without anybody, judging us. We get to bash people if we want to, like we're gonna get into in a minute. There's no shows like that for black men when you really look around, or for any men. Maybe let's make a diverse group of a multi-ethnic group of men who just are speaking the unabashed truth about some of the things like toxic masculinity, their thoughts on that. Anyway, so that's what I want to jump to the side and realize that already there's a platform for women, these same women who are claiming that they're oppressed in society and their voices aren't being heard. You have platforms. There's a show called The Talk, The Real, The View. There's many different platforms where you have to air out your grievances. So now here Loni Love is, and I have to quickly give an insight in this, give a little context and why this matters, that Loni Love is currently dating a Caucasian man. So here we have a black woman on a nationally publicized show, and this is what she said recently.
In the black community, I don't speak for the black community, but I do think that a lot of black men, they really don't know how to have true, faithful relationships. They think because they have money, because they have power, that they can treat women any kind of way.
Together.
Money and power does not mean that you can just do whatever you want to do.
I think sadly in so many cultures, that is the whole machismo thing, like that goes across the board, but I'm gonna say...
No, it's not across the board.
Okay, so we see that, right? We see that, I see a couple of things from that video, and this video is kind of going viral, and many people are going hard on Loni Love, and then a lot of people don't understand why they're going hard on Loni Love. So let me try to give some clarity to this. Remember, I gave you the context before that men don't have really a platform to air out their grievances. Men don't really have even a show where it's just men. Even if you look on Sports Center, or ESPN, you've got the woman right in the middle telling the athletes what to do. So even the one time that maybe we come home from work and just want to see some athletes or something, you still have a woman there. I don't have a problem with that. I'm just saying, hey, it seems a little unbalanced. The context is this. We have Loni Love, a woman who is with a white man. She says that in the black community, she prefaces it by saying she doesn't speak for the black community, and I thank you for saying that, Loni Love, because you definitely do not speak for the black community in a number of ways. And again, I'm not going to go in like I want to. I want to keep this to straight facts. I need you to understand, Loni, what's the problem? Why you made a violation, okay? You said that black men have a problem with being faithful, and then you also said that black men basically abuse their authority and abuse their power because they have money and power. They treat women any kind of way. This is what you said, right?
They think because they have money, because they have power, that they can treat women any kind of way.
Yeah,
money and power does not mean that you can just do whatever you want to do.
I'm not going to tackle that yet, because I want to go into what you did after that is what the violation to me was. Fair enough, we've heard that black men cheat. We've heard a lot of things about black men. We've heard this since the beginning of time. Black men are the #1 incarcerated. We know that black men lead in unemployment. We know that black men are deadbeat dads. We know a lot of things about black men, right? Okay, fair enough. That's not surprising to me to hear a black woman on a nationally publicized show in front of a white audience bashing black men. That's not really the problem to me. The problem became after you said that, then a Latina woman right next to you, your co-host, who deserves respect and deserves a voice, because this is the real, right? It's not just Loni Love show. This is the real, with a panel of women with different perspectives. A woman from a different nationality came and tried to soften the blow and tried to actually come to the rescue of black men. She said, you know what, actually, I understand what you mean by that, because there's a lot of machismo and there's a lot of bravado that goes around in the Latino community. I know I can speak for, and I think it's just really a cultural issue. So here is this Latina woman who was trying to basically soften the blow and tell her, hey, that's pretty much men of all cultures, for the most part, seem to abuse their money and their power if they're not disciplined. And this is where Loni Love cut her off and said, no, it's not all across the board. It's just in the black community. That is where the issue became, for me, the main issue, because there's still more. So let me get this straight. Black men are the only people, black men, not Indian men, not Arab men, not white men, not Latino men, not Asian men. No other man is out here abusing their money and their power over women. Okay, so it's like, how can we tackle that without really just going off on a tangent? Like I said, I just want to keep it real fact-based. Do you remember when Donald Trump said this?
I'll admit it.
Whoa.
I did try and fuck her. She was married. I moved on her like a bitch. Then all of a sudden I see her, she's now got the big phony tits and everything. I gotta use some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her. You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. You just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the pussy.
Yeah, so there's Donald Trump, the white leader and president of our nation, admitting that he grabs women's vaginas because he's a star and they let him do it. So here is a white man, possibly the most controversial and talked about white man as we know, and the leader of our nation, coincidentally, who is grabbing women by their vagina, and he justifies his actions because he has money and he's famous and recognizable. If that is not an abuse of money and power, I don't know what is. But again, according to Loni Love, no, nobody else does that. Only the black man does that. That's why the violation was for me. And then I just really started thinking, and I said, wait a minute, here is this woman talking about black men and the power that we have. And then I started questioning, in which areas are we abusing our power? She says, because you have power, black man. When has the black man had power in America? We're not talking about the LeBron James, the Kanye West, the Dr. Dre's. We're talking about Rodney, Jamal, okay? When did those black dudes get money and power so much so compared to their white counterparts, their Asian counterparts? When did we get so much money and power that we were able to abuse it? Such as the white man has abused his money and power. And again, I'm not gonna go in because I can make an entire video on just how the so-called white race has abused physically, intellectually, spiritually in all other kind of ways, has abused their money and abused their power, particularly over the black woman. That's, again, where another part of the irony really becomes. It's like, really? You're laying up with the white man and going off about how black men are the only ones who abuse their... And historically, I'm not talking about your white man. I'm not saying, does your white man abuse his money and his power? That's what a lot of people say. Well, what does it matter that she's with the white man? It's very relevant for you to sit on a nationally publicized show in front of a diverse audience. Mind you, if we're having a discussion amongst all black people and we're airing out our grievances, hey, I think that's a healthy thing to do, and I think we need to do that. But when you're bringing out something as sensitive as interracial marriage and the broken family structure in the black community, and then you're bringing out that in front of the whole world frivolously with seemingly no historical context behind it, and that's what we have to talk about. Then after that, she talked about slavery.
That goes across the board, but I'm gonna say...
No, it's not across the board, because what is happening is that we are still dealing with the point of slavery, and we are descendants of slavery, and because our families were broken up, we still do not have an idea of how to have together families, because our families were broken up.
Yes,
and until we really
from that perspective, I absolutely
Not
get
just
it.
slavery, welfare reform in the 60s and 70s. Like, this is a long...
She had the nerve to say, well, it's because, no, it's not all across the board. Black men are the only one who do this, and we don't know how to be faithful, and we abuse our power and money because we were systematically broken up in our families. Our families were systematically separated, and therefore we don't know how to have healthy relationships. Actually, that's about the only bit of truth that Loni Love spoke the entire time. It's completely true that, yes, black families were systematically separated in order to dismantle us educationally and spiritually. They wanted to dismantle the black family, so they separated us. We know that that was one of the main factors in slavery that kept us to this day in just depravity, right? We know that. But to say that is the reason that black men are the only ones who are acting up today, and it's weird, because it's like, okay, because that clip I showed you with Donald Trump and many other, I'm pretty sure 97% of the population can admit that men of all races abuse their money and power, okay? Loni Love, I think you're about the only person in this world, maybe a few other people, that truly believe that black men are the only ones. So we could squash that argument. But now that we know that all men abuse their money and power, and all men cheat on their wives and cheat on their girlfriends, wouldn't that mean that the black man would be the only one that has a legitimate reason to show this dysfunctional behavior? Wouldn't that mean that you should show more favoritism, or show more favor at least? You should show more leniency and understanding towards a black man who systematically has been separated and doesn't know how to have healthy, functioning relationships? You're telling me that the black man was the only one that was systematically separated from his family, and he was shown dysfunction and doesn't know how to do any better, and so you're gonna take that opportunity to bash him and only him? My question is, what about the white man that you're laying with, the ancestors of the white man that you're laying with, who displays the same thing? What is their reason? Were they systematically separated from their families and shown dysfunction and not shown how to have healthy relationships? Why is the white man cheating on his wife? Why is the white man cheating on his wife? What is their reason? Were they systematically separated from their families and shown dysfunction and not shown how to have healthy relationships? Wouldn't that mean that the black man would be the only one that has a legitimate reason to show this dysfunctional behavior? And he was shown dysfunction and doesn't know how to do any better. And so you're gonna take that opportunity to bash him and only him? Why is the white man cheating on his wife? I just wanted to make these facts because I didn't want to go in on Loni Love's personal appearance. I didn't want to go in on the fact that, she's up there on a show called The Real with hair that is not real on her afro hair. I didn't want to go in on that. But I want to say the main thing is, Again, there is an attack on the black man, the black masculine man, the black father, from every angle. Everyone is complicit in this war. So I don't care what you say in the comments unless you're in agreement at this point, because I'm a black man and my back is against the wall. No one is coming to make videos or commercials or any kind of campaign to help me. Don't say Black Lives Matter. Hey, don't even start that road. No one comes to the defense of the black man, but the first chance you get, you're gonna jump on a nationally publicized show to crap on them. That's interesting. I mean, really, imagine a show with the black man that was making disparaging remarks about most black women or many black women while he was laid up with a blonde white woman. There would be outrage. So like I said, I just kind of had to get this out. I want to bring perspective to anybody who really genuinely wants to understand why this is such an issue. This is a toxic individual, and this is a toxic mind frame for anyone to go in front of the world and simply just bash one demographic of people and only them. And like I said, when the Latina came and tried to say, hey, it's Latino dudes do this too, she was like, no, shut up, it's only black man. It's always so easy to just say it was the black man. But again, we're tired of that. 2020, we ain't going for that. And we're calling out your stuff. By the way, when I was talking to someone in the comments about this, they began to tell me, well, she's right. I don't know why you mad at Loni Love, and black men were the first one to start going out to interracial marriage and all this. Black men were the first ones to start dating Becky and all this. Like, listen, I need you to research Loving versus Virginia. This was in 1967, the case of Loving versus Virginia, where a black woman fought tooth and nail to marry a white man in 1967 America at the height of the civil rights era. So I'm not saying if that was wrong or right, but for the people who want to make the argument that the black woman is only following the black man's lead when they go date outside of their race and all this other kind of nonsense that you're trying to bring to the argument, let's bring it back to earth. 1967, Malcolm X and Martin Luther King fighting, people getting killed, water hoses, dogs biting us, and here's this black woman at the front lines wanting to marry a white man. That is the truth, and that is what happened. We cannot make the argument that the black man was the first one to go outside of his race. Now, is that saying that black men do not date outside of their race? Guess what? That is a whole nother discussion for a whole nother day. Today is about Loni Love and the toxic mind frame of constantly blaming every single thing on the black man and the black man only, while purposely turning your head away from the crimes of everyone else. This is why I said if America was a vehicle, it would be fueled by the blood, sweat, and tears of the black man. Well, anyway, I gotta get on, man. It was good seeing y'all, and please stay safe. And you know, it's getting crazy out here, but I need you to vibrate higher.
You know what? You should listen to your wife, man. She's right. You are an asshole, man.